So now you have kind of two dead ends. You have this series of numbers here, and you have this mysterious document with a whole bunch of, it's a table with a bunch of ones and zeros. And you go, I don't know what to do with this anymore. So the first thing you're going to probably try is to put it into a binary to like English alphabet converter. And you're going to very quickly find that that is not going to give you anything. It's going to give you a whole bunch of gibberish. Half of it is going to come out as an error. And then you will find that, much like myself, this is not in binary. And so what you might start to, this is where it gets kind of off the rails, I admit, because you gotta go, what could this possibly be and why is it out of order? So the first thing you can figure out is that the series of numbers you had for that you got from sheet 2 is the correct order of the table. So it's not supposed to be like this. You have to rearrange the rows basically. So this is when you might get out a separate Google Doc, or if you want to do it by hand, that's your prerogative. And you see that row 1 is going to be the first row, but then the second row is row 9. So yeah, I think that's row 9. I didn't count. So then you're going to copy, and row 9 is going to become the second part. And then after row 9 comes row 4, and so on and so forth, until you've rearranged everything. And the trick should basically be that this one, the shortest one, should be at the end. If it doesn't finish with that, you did something wrong. And so from then, now you just have a rearranged thing of ones and zeros, and you don't know what the heck am I supposed to do with that. Well, what you might start to think about isn't, since it's not binary, it's just zeros and ones. You start to think of, you can think of the little like light switch where 1 is on and 0 is off, and I could never figure out. So in this case, 0 is going to be dark and 1 is going to be light. So like a light basically, where 0 is off and 1 is on. And so we're not actually working with numbers. We're working with lights and darks. If you want to do it the correct way, you can look at how many individual digits you have, because now we know the grouping was a red herring. The grouping was to make you think it's binary, which is not. And so if in total there's 625 digits, and if you work backwards from that, 625 digits, what else is 625? 25 squared. So now you have 25 squared. I don't know if this is a piece of trivia you could look up. I hope it's not something that people just know off the top of their heads, but a QR code is actually 25 by 25 pixels. So you're going to take out the grid paper I mentioned, and you're going to go where the zeros mean the light is off. I imagined it like little light boxes where each pixel was basically on or off. So you look at it, and the 0 means it's going to be off, and the 1 means it's going to be on. And I want to demonstrate that you can actually do this, because I did it myself to make sure it was possible. And so you're gonna end up something looking like this. So I'm going to pull it up to show that you can do it from a hand-drawn QR code, because that was my concern when I was doing this. But if you see here, there it is. I hate technology. There it is. It does work. I promise. My phone just hates me. And so now so you get that website. And to show you what it looks like from a desktop, because you can then like send yourself the URL and work from it other places. Now you have this, and you've successfully gotten to the next part of the puzzle.